Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I wanted to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy. By the way, I know how to pronounce his name 100%. He pronounces it Vivek because I recently saw an interview where he corrected someone when they asked the correct pronunciation. One of the things that's pretty amazing though is he's very kind and tolerant and does not correct people when they get it wrong. That's a whole discussion, but let's keep moving here. So today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy and Netflix's incredible live-action One Piece 2023 show. All right, it was 8 episodes, 1 hour per. Pretty incredible, and it's a big moment in American entertainment. Okay, all right. So let's talk about. So first of all, Netflix is an American success story, and not a small one, like a huge one, in an area where huge success had already existed, right? So I've been thinking a lot about what is the path for Vivek to win the 2024 U.S. presidential election. And I really think it's American entertainment. I think it's this idea that the U.S. government, that the United States government, from the president down, under the Republicans, should get into massive regulation and very direct interference with American big screen and small screen. And you're like, wait, what, Scott? Yes. So power, that's what you and I are talking about. That's why we care about the U.S. president. The U.S. president is king of the world. When we have a female president, it would be queen of the world, right? It's the most powerful position in the world, right? And the reality is, it used to be that power came from money. Now it comes from celebrity. I'm extremely convinced of this, right? And the reality is, there's a huge amount of power in America, in American entertainment, in the big screen, in the small screen, in the silver screen, in the blockbuster, in the television show, Friends. Like, you have no idea how powerful the show Friends is. Like, one, I didn't know this, but I know it now. Literally millions of people have learned to speak English simply by watching Friends. It's one of the most common ways that people learn English. It's incredible, right? Like, and it's powerful, and it's used all over the world, and it's really something. It is, pretty incredible. So Netflix brought this One Piece show out, right? And let me get all the way there. So one of the things I think is interesting is the reason that the Republicans should get into this is the left learned this a long time ago, and they absolutely own everything that happens on an American screen. They own the news sources, they own the movies, they own the shows, right? Quite literally and figuratively, and which means they really are turning the levers of power, right? But all this can be overchanged in 4 years if Vivek Ramaswamy goes into the activity as U.S. president of massively regulating American art, American entertainment, American big screen, American small screen, and regathering, re-seizing power, real power, back from the left, right? And this is truly incredible. So what I want to talk about today is how this is shown very clearly with the Netflix One Piece action television show. And by the way, no spoilers for the for the Netflix One Piece action television show. So why would this matter? Well, first of all, we almost never do this, but somebody I care about really enjoys the One Piece animated show, and I binge watched this with one other person, and it's extremely rare. I don't really binge watch things, but both of us were really excited to see this whole thing, and we watched it in 2 days, right? 8 hours in 2 days, right? Just literally, just ordered pizza and, just really had a good time with it. And what's interesting is the reason why we were so excited about this is 20 years ago, people were saying Cowboy Bebop, live action film with Keanu Reeves. And we were expecting 20 years ago, legit, you will find open discussions in like Rolling Stone magazine, that was the next big thing to arrive, was live action anime. And here we are, decades later, still wondering if it's going to arrive, if we're actually going to get good live action adaptations of anime. And there are literally thousands of animes and hundreds of them that are good. And so this would mean billions for the American industry, right? And it would mean that Japan, who has done an incredible job of making these stories, which are highly inaccessible to anyone, to most people in most countries all over the world, when it becomes a live action creation created by America, it becomes incredibly accessible. Because that's the way we succeed at entertainment at a level that no one in the world succeeds at entertainment. So this is highlighting an opportunity, right? And so one of the things that Vivek Ramaswamy could say is, like, listen, the left has had this for decades, and there have been billions and billions and billions of dollars of money on the table that they've squandered, right? America is a profit engine, right? We are here to show the world how wealth can be generated and how you arrive at wealth, right? And that's exciting. That's a cool opportunity that should occur, right? And here's this thing where we can just very clearly say, hey, Hollywood had this opportunity to make billions for Americans, make billions for this other nation, right? And it was completely squandered. And what was it squandered for? The left took over Hollywood, big and small screen, right? And said, you know what? Rather than profit, why don't we do messaging? We'll just tell everybody how to live and what their right values are and what kind of things they should value and what they shouldn't. We'll just use a hugely, this could have made jobs for millions of families. But instead, let's do environmental messaging. And 4 other items that are on the Hollywood playbook that are like, oh, it's super important that we tell the world what to think on these subjects, and let's sacrifice billions in profit for it, right? But when you watch the One Piece live action, you realize, oh my gosh, it can be done, right? We could have been doing this 20 years ago, but the left said, we'll sacrifice profit for messaging, right? And Vivek can come in and say, I'm going to turn on the money faucet, right? I'm going to fix Hollywood, and we are going to have billions and billions and billions. We're going to have hundreds of thousands, if not low millions, of new jobs, exciting jobs, and America is actually going to be far more powerful than it has ever been before. We're going to catapult forward. We're not going to run as fast as we can. We're going to catapult forward, right? And we're going to land it. And that's exciting. That is extremely exciting. I think that's the best way to get this done, is for Vivek to realize the left seized power of American entertainment decades ago, and now it's time for Republicans to fix the whole problem, because what they sacrificed was billions in profit and great jobs for low millions of families. And Vivek can fix that. He can fix that as U.S. president. And I think he should start talking about it now. Every single word of that is my opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and may God bless you and yours.